Straight. Do you have any Yogi Berra memories or stories?
The 2015 All-Star Game features the 4 greatest living baseball players: Hank Aaron, Johnny Bench, Sandy Koufax, and Willie Mays, who are all absolutely amazing players in their own right. But I'm in the room sitting next to my grandfather, Yogi Berra, and I'm thinking, wait a second. He's got more MVPs than any of these guys. He's won more World Series rings than all 4 of them combined. And I look at him and I said, "Are you dead?" And he said, "Not yet."
One of the greatest World Series resumes of any player ever.
Hey, he got it done. He was a winner because he had all the rings to prove it.
He's the figure that was larger than life.
There's no Jackie without the acceptance of Yogi Berra.
When Yogi comes to the team, they say he doesn't look like a Yankee.
He wasn't 6'3" with blonde hair. Everything about him was kind of funny.
He was a character. He was made fun of in the New York press.
But that sort of became who Yogi Berra was, this funny little guy.
That's right.
Yogi Berra!
I don't think Yogi liked it too much.
The Yogi-isms. Let's talk about the Yogi-isms.
He says nobody goes to that restaurant anymore. It's too crowded.
When you get to a fork in the road, take it. What?
And it ain't over till it's over.
It makes a lot of sense.
That personality of his actually served to take away from his legacy as a baseball player.
It always felt wrong. It's not fair to him.
He's just a gentle, kind soul.
He was loved by so many people in this country.
Total respect for Yogi. A guy that everybody loved, not because he was cute and funny, it's because he was good and he was real.
He was the most overlooked superstar in the history of baseball.
The one I tell all of the time, TJ, is the commercial that he made with the Aflac duck. You know, when he's getting a haircut, you know, and he says it's I don't remember how he put it at the end about just like cash, you know, and I remember the day that we were in spring training and he told me he had to fly to California to make a commercial. And it was about 7 o'clock in the morning. I had picked him up at his hotel. We were going to the ballpark because we'd always go early. I always picked him up at 7 in the morning. So when he got in my truck, he was cussing about going to California to make this commercial. And I asked him, I said, well, what do you got to go do over there? And he said, I have to make this affliction commercial. Now, I'm trying to think about, you know, what is he talking about an affliction commercial? And I'm driving my truck away and I'm thinking, is he talking about some sort of like United Way or Cancer Society, something? And he turns around and he looks at me and he goes, you know, with that damn duck. And I went, you mean the Aflac? And he goes, that's it. So I just popped out laughing. So my truck almost drove into the bushes on the side of the highway. I was laughing so hard. And then to top that off, I brought him to the airport on Saturday or Friday evening when he flew to California. He said he was coming back on Sunday afternoon. I picked him up Sunday afternoon at the airport again. And I met him at the door coming out. And he gets in my truck. I opened the door for him. I helped him in the truck. I walked around the truck and I sat in the driver's seat. And he leans over and he puts his arm around me, TJ, but very, very low in his voice, like he didn't want anybody to hear. He looks at me and he goes, Gator, he says, you know, those ducks really don't talk. and TJ, I had to sit there and just laugh my ass off. And he was dead serious when he said it.
Not too close. What do you think? I got that insurance?
What insurance is that, Yogi?
The one you really need to have. If you don't have it, that's why you need it.
Need what?
Aflac? Well, if you get hurt and miss work, it won't hurt to miss work.
Uh-huh.
And they give you cash, which is just as good as money.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Oh, I know I love playing in his golf tournament. And raising money for the Yogi Berra Foundation. And
yeah, it was always nice. I mean,
yeah, every time we would go through, I would always see Bonnie there taking our money and
oh yeah. Well, what woman doesn't like taking a man's money?
Straight